to Miss V's Corner. In the last video, I have shared with you some tips of how you can make your substitute teacher plans using Google Slides. How to add videos, how to add links, how to add instructions, and different activities that you can share with your substitute teacher, and then they can do the class work while you're not physically there, only using Google Slides. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how I have made something that is called Class App that you can share with your substitute teacher, and it's all on one Google Slide, and it's just linked to different Google Slides, or it's called a class app because you can share it with your parents and then they can open it on their phone actually, but it's Google Slides. So it's not an actual app, but it's made with Google Slides, but you can share it with your parents and all they need is just their phone or their computer. And then they click and go to a particular class if that's something that you share and would like to share with your parents. Stick around if you want to learn more about how to make this. Okay, so here we are in my Google Slides presentations. As you can see, I have all of these Google Slides that I've made for all the classes that I teach. Preschool, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and secondary music class. I am a music teacher and I teach all of the students in my school. Now I've created this. It's called a class app, and I'm going to open my Google Slides so I can show you how you can do that. And that is just one simple Google slide. And then all of these are linked to a particular Google slide that I have just showed you. And I've showed you last time how you can make this. So I'm going to go to slideshow. So I am now in slideshow view, and this is now what it looks like. All of these things that are right here are linked. I have made a little banner of myself, and in one of my future videos, I plan to make a video of how you can make that. And this particular banner is already clickable. So if you click on it, it will take you to my website that talks about teaching music, and I have different tutorials. I'll show you how to link all of those, but you should already know how to link a particular picture on Google Slides. And then I have made all of these digital Bitmoji stickers that I've made in one of the previous videos. I'll also link it somewhere so you can go back to remind yourself how to make these. But these are all linked. For example, preschool one, if I click here, if I were a parent or a substitute teacher, click here, and that will take them to a different Google Slide presentation that I have made for my preschool students. If you are a parent, you might click here and then, or click here for a list of activities. And then all of these are linkable and clickable. And all of these are websites that I have in the original Google Slides. I've just used it as a link in my class app. 5-year-olds, also linkable and clickable with the instructions. Tons and tons of information and materials here, hours of work, but well worth your time. The same thing for the 6-year-olds. I'm just randomly clicking so you can see that all of these are links that actually work.
Gliding, sliding, high notes go low.
7-year-olds. In my school, we go by age level, not the grade. I've used the same format in all of those, like I told you last time. These are all clickable that you can work with your students. If you're a sub or if you're a parent, once I send you this, you can access all of these. The same thing would go with the 8-year-olds. I'm just showing you that they're all linkable, and I've linked all of those. 9-year-olds, 10, 11, 12s. 13-year-old and secondary students. Now, let me exit this. Okay, so here I am in my app, in my actual Google Slides. Now, the very first thing that you need to do is you have to change the page setup. As you see, my page setup for this particular app is 9 to 14 inches. So you're going to have to go, once you open a blank one, you're going to have to go and change the page setup. That's the most important thing. Then, of course, you're going to choose the background. Then you're going to put whatever you want it to be in here. Since I'm a music teacher, I teach all of the class levels, all of the levels, ages of students. Now, if you were an art teacher, you will probably do the same thing. But if you are a subject teacher, for example, a homeroom teacher, you might put math, languages, culture studies, reading, language arts, and all of those. Now, this button is linked to a Google slide that I have created. So in order to link this Bitmoji sticker, and I've showed you how to make those in one of my previous videos, it'll be attached as an ad somewhere in my video, so you can go back and watch it again so you know how to make the Bitmoji button. But it's really important. The following thing is really important. So the following thing is very important. As a preschool Google slide is right here, and I've made it, and I want to link it to my class app. I would change this. I would not put edit. I would put present, and I would link this, copy, and would go here, and I would then link this to the actual picture. So remove link, go to add link, paste, and apply. And then it's linked to this presentation that I've already made. That is already an additional one, an extra presentation that is made in my Google Slides. So the same principle applies. Just like you can link the picture, this one is linked to my blog, my music teacher blog, then all of those can also be linked to a particular Google slide. So slideshow, preschool, and it takes the parents or a substitute teacher to a particular Google Slides. So if I were starting from scratch, again, I'm going to show you really quickly. I don't need this. I don't need this. I'm going to erase all of these. Now I would go to edit. I would go to file and page setup. Like I told you, custom 9 to 14 with 14 inches. And then it looks like an actual app. Now, let's just choose any sort of a color right now. And let's go a little bit lighter. Done. If I were a homeroom teacher and I taught different subjects, and I want to make my Bitmoji sticker, circle, drag it, format option, you know me, it needs to be transparency 0 so it pops up on stage. And then I'll go to my text giraffe. The word is reading. If I were a reading teacher, copy message, paste, and I would put my sign right here, get it a little bit bigger. Again, make it a drop shadow. And then I want, for example, to have another one that says math. Text giraffe. I'll choose another one. Copy. Crop shadow. So if I were a homeroom teacher, I would then have these and many more, as many as I would like to. I can insert a word art to say, welcome to Miss X's class. Now, I'm not going to go in details. You guys already know how to edit and make this as nice as possible. I can spend hours and hours of decorated all of this. I'm just going to move this here so it's not in our way. The title will go to the top. And then you would have different icons on the bottom. So these would need to be linked. But rather than worrying about people either moving these around or not clicking at the right place, this is what needs to happen. In order for whoever is reading or looking at your app, not messing anything up, I suggest using a shape and just dragging your shape over the whole presentation. Now make your shape transparent, make the border transparent, and then insert as many shapes as you need, but make sure those shapes go over the icons. I'm gonna copy and paste this one over this one. Now, when people click on the shapes, they will not be worried if they're clicking on top or at the bottom. The whole surface of the shape is clicked. So make sure it's transparent, the border is transparent, the border is transparent, and then make sure that you link this to particular Google Slides that you have made that is dedicated to only the reading, or a particular activity you want your students to do that's dedicated only to reading. How do you go about doing this? Go to insert link and type up a link. You can, if you make multiple slides, add it to or insert it to a different slide. Totally up to you. Now, once you share it with your parents, make sure that when you link it and share it, you share it as pre-sent. Do not, you can send them a copy, it's possible, but since this is an app, present is what you would want. And then you would click this link and send them the link. Now, before you do this, you must name yours first, but before you share, you need to make sure that it's anyone with a link and that it's not restricted. And then you are done, copy, and then you can send this to your parents. Now, when you send this to your parents will be able to view it as a link. I have sent it to myself, and I'm going to insert a video what it looks like when I, as a parent or substitute teacher, open it on my phone. But let me show you what it looks like when I'm on my email and receive links such as this as a parent. So here I am a parent, and I've received this as an email, and I would click here. And then this opens up as an actual app. Just like I told you, all of these are linkable and that can be all accessed. Every single link in here is accessed. Like I told you, months and months of work, but it's definitely worth playing around with it and making something like this that you can use for years and years, not just as sub plans, but also as something you can send to your parents if students want to do something like this over summertime. So what does it look like when you receive an app on your phone? You will receive an email link, and you can click on it to access the app. Once you can see the app, you are allowed to click on all of these. I am clicking right here to show you that you can access all the websites. This is particular website that I have linked to my own music teacher website. You're able to see it on your phone, the same way you're able to see it on your computer. Now I'm clicking on the preschool, and I'm scrolling through on the bottom. I'm scrolling through the slides just to show you that you are able to access it on your phone. The next one, I'm clicking on the 5-year-olds. As a parent, you're able to see again all the slides and click through them. Now the 6-year-olds. Now I'm going to the next class, which is the 7-year-olds. All of these links are clickable and you're allowed to see them. The 8-year-olds as well, and all the classes that I teach. The 9-year-olds. The 10-year-olds. We go to 11-year-olds. These are all the Google Slides that I've made. I've just linked to an app in the process that I've showed you before. We go to 12-year-olds. Next class is the 13s. And then the last slide is the secondary class. And that's it. I hope this was helpful. Like I told you, this is months and months of plan time, but it's definitely worth checking it out. You already know the basis of Google Slides. You know how to put the backgrounds, you know how to put the links, you know how to find the videos and link videos, how to add audios, how to add pictures, how to add shapes. Now use all the information you know and make something that's not just fun to look at, but also this is educational, and it's something that you can have as your sub-plans for years to come without worrying about, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be there tomorrow in school. I need to figure something out. You have it. It's already there. I hope this was helpful. I hope you get to make some of these very cool class apps.